Okay, so yesterday we looked at this example right before the bell rang. This example here, we rewrote the first equation. Instead of it saying 6x minus 2y equals a negative 2, we rewrote it so that we had y equaled 3x plus 1. Now we're going to compare that equation to the 3x minus 4 equation that was given to us and the y equals 4 equation, which was also given to us. We want to know whether the slopes are, which is m, the same, or are they opposite reciprocals, which means that they are going to be perpendicular. So if we look at these two slopes here, we get 3x, 3x, and then there's no slope here on the last one. So that means that the first two equations have the same slope of 3x. If they are the same slope, then they are parallel. So I'm writing now 3x plus 1 is parallel to 3x minus 4. Please write this down. You can pause the video here and then continue on to the next page for the last example. In this example, we need to rewrite the original equation of 2x plus 3y equals 12 into y equals mx plus b form. So we subtract the 2x over, and we get 3y equals a negative 2x plus 2y. It is okay if you wrote it as 12 minus 2x. That is also okay. Then we divide both sides by 3 to get just y left. And once we do that, we get a negative 2/3 x plus 4. Now, the point to find a perpendicular line is to take the slope of this equation that they gave us and find the opposite reciprocal of it. So, here are some steps to show us that, one, we need to find the slope of the given equation, then find the perpendicular slope. That, remember, the symbol here means perpendicular, and then use that new perpendicular slope and the point they gave us to find the equation. So the slope they gave us here was a negative 2/3. Then the opposite, meaning going from a negative to positive or positive to negative, and the reciprocal, so taking the fraction and flipping it. The reciprocal opposite slope of this would be 3/2. I flipped the fraction and I wrote the opposite sign. So now I know the point they gave me over here was negative 4/6. I know my slope, and I'm going to plug it into point slope form. So I have y minus 6 equals 3/2 parentheses x minus negative 4, which then becomes a positive 4. We're going to distribute that 3/2. Y minus 6 is going to equal 3/2 x plus 6. We're going to have to add 6 to both sides, so y is going to equal 3/2 x plus 12, and we are done. That is the answer to this problem. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, again, please pause the video here. Try the next slide or the next example on your own, following these same steps here, following the same procedure here, and then you can press play and continue watching the video. For the next equation, though, it says to make it reflective to the y-axis. I would not like you to do that. I would like you to please use the equation y equals 3x plus 7 instead of the x-axis. So again, not the x-axis. We're crossing that out. And we're going to use this equation to find the opposite reciprocal. Pause the video and try it on your own here. Now if you look at this example, it told you first step, find the slope of the given equation. That was 3. Find the perpendicular slope, so the reciprocal, making it 1/3. Opposite of a positive is a negative, so a negative 1/3. Now I'm going to take the point and my perpendicular slope and plug that into point slope form. So I'm going to have y minus 7 equals a negative 1/3 x minus 4. Distribute that negative 1/3. Y minus 7 equals a negative 1/3 x plus 4/3. Notice here that it's a negative 1/3 times a negative 4 becomes a positive 4/3. Add 7 to the other side, and y will equal negative 1/3 x plus 25/3, or you could have written that as 8 1/3. That is the final answer to this problem. This is the end of the lesson. Your homework is on page 243, numbers 22 to 28 evens. Enjoy.